All right, the second reason why you must be a soul winner is that God has chosen you to be a soul winner. In John chapter number 15, verse 16, he said, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you." So to be chosen means to be carefully selected. Now, when we say you are chosen, you must understand the context and the content of that being chosen. Understand that not only are you called, God has chosen you for a specific mission field. I repeat, you are chosen for a certain kind of harvest. There are people in your life God has chosen you for. Who are those God chose you for to win as a believer? The people you meet, the people you know by name, by face, by interaction, by association, your colleagues, your neighbors, the people in your street, the people in your neighborhood. They are your direct responsibility. They are your mission field. And you have been chosen for those people. People that anybody you can talk to that will listen to you because you are the one speaking, you have been chosen for that individual. And understand that your mission field is your responsibility. God, if you go to heaven right now, God is considering to have a special agent among the people who are unsaved in your word. That your unsaved neighbor, the unsaved colleague, the next compound, the people you rub shoulders with every day, the people you live out before every day, people that admire your spirituality, people that appreciate the fact that you are different. Understand, friends, that God chose you specifically as his mouthpiece, as his evangelist, as his agent to bring those people into salvation. So understand that your field needs you. When we say the harvest field, that is your portion of the harvest field. That your unsaved friend, that your unsaved brother, that your unsaved colleague, your mechanic, your dry cleaner, the housemaid, whatever is unsaved around you that honors you, wherever your influence extends, that is your mission field. Now your field is so important because God is counting on you for that field. There are people that will may likely never be saved except through you. Why do you say that? You are the closest they are to eternity. They know you, they trust you, they've seen the transformation of God in your life. They even appreciate your discipline. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, that you are chosen for those people. If you will just open your mouth and preach the gospel to them, they will be saved and they will be spared the horror of eternal damnation. So being chosen saddles us with a responsibility. When Paul said necessity is laid upon me, he meant simply that, look, there are people whose eternal destiny depends upon my response. So understand, child of God, you are chosen. You are the chosen one. You are the one, you are God's special agent. You are the one heaven is depending on. So being chosen simply means, friends, that I have my mission field. And that mission field is designed for your kind of person. It is designed to respond to you. God is looking at you and saying, I have somebody there. Do you know the Bible says in the book of Luke that when the rich man got to hell, he began to request, send somebody to my father's house. And God said to him, no, they have somebody already. And I believe in heaven's record right now. If we look at your street, heaven is saying, I have you. And listen to me, you cannot disappoint God. Now, there is this foolish thinking in church that God cannot be stranded, that if you don't do it, God will raise up another person. That is idiocy gone unseen. It is not true. You can frustrate the intent and the mandates of somebody's salvation by refusing to preach. In Ezekiel chapter 3, the Bible says, God speaking to Ezekiel said, if I say to the wicked man, you will die. And Ezekiel, you go to warn him, you have saved him. But if you don't warn him, he will die. He didn't say, I'm going to raise somebody else. Understand, gentlemen, the laborers are few. You are the only one that is assigned to that field. And it is your responsibility to make sure that nothing is lost in your field. That you have a 100% return on your field. So all those your friends you rub shoulders with, it is time you better wake up and understand that they are your direct responsibility. Their eternal destiny depends on you. God is counting on you to reach that field. You are God's agent. You are God's best for that field. God has no plan to replace you. Everybody has a field. God cannot raise somebody else because we all have our field. Don't forget, Jesus said the laborers are few. So God cannot take somebody from his own assignment and bring to your field. Now here's another thing about your field you must understand. There are relationships you have that the access is just for you only. There are people you have met in your life I will never meet. There are people you know I will never know. So you cannot depend on me to come to your field to reap the harvest. God is counting on you. So your field must not be lost. You've got to make sure that not one person is lost in your field, bringing all the harvest. And you can do that by understanding that this, my friend who is not born again, that neighbor that is always coming to you for advice, that young girl that likes you, that tells you her weaknesses and her strengths, that one telling you, oh, I wish I can be like you, they are your responsibility. So understand, friends, that you have been chosen for a specific people, for a specific time as this. You are their answer. You are God's answer. You are God's best to preach the gospel to those people. people. So understand that not only are you called, God called you generally and chose you specifically. So your mission field is not in Afghanistan. It's not in one village. Your mission field is your street, is your family, your friend, your office. Those people who are unsaved around you. The people you rub shoulders with. The people you counsel. That girl that you call a runs girl. The people, anybody you can call right now, say, I have something to say that will listen to you, will most likely get saved through you. I have noticed, ladies and gentlemen, it is difficult to bring strangers to salvation. But when people know you, they will respond to you. Let me tell you the power of your mission field. If I were to come to your street right now, do you know that they will open every door to you if they know you are the one coming? Which I cannot do. So there are privileges with your feed. In your feed, you have access. I repeat, you have access to people in your feed. Can you call somebody this Saturday and say, we need to talk? And it will come because you are the one that called. I don't have that privilege. You can knock on doors this Saturday in your street and just share the gospel with every family and pray with them. So understand that the possibilities in your feed are so huge. We cannot let it go to waste. And I'm challenging you this day, friends. It is time to face your feed. It is time to understand that God is depending on you. If you don't do something, that feed will be lost. There is no plan. Listen, God doesn't have plan A. God doesn't have plan B. God just have one plan, and you are God's plan. God called you. God has placed something in your life that he will walk through. So understand, friends, that you are the chosen one for your specific harvest field. My name is Austin of Yahweh. This is Sure Word TV. I am the lead pastor of the Church International. I'll see you on the other side of the broadcast with the next reason why you must be a soul winner. But don't forget it, you are called and you have been chosen.